What's going on, friends? Today is an exciting day for all of us here at Konig because we are introducing to you a brand new series of wheels, the HyperTrail series. Let's get into it. For over 40 years, we've been manufacturing wheels for vehicle segments across the board. And while we're most known for our work in the performance side of things, today we're bringing that performance into the truck market by introducing the HyperTrail series. Now, we're not new to truck wheels. We've been building truck wheels for a long time in different brands across the board. But when it comes down to Konig, we've been very selective about ever making really truck wheels for this brand. And the reason is because as we become more and more integrated into the motorsport world, we wanted to make sure that if we did ever go into making truck wheels for Konig as a brand, we were going to bring that same performance aspect that we're known for into the truck world, and that's what we've done. So today we're going to be introducing two different wheels that are part of the HyperTrail series, the HT1 and HT2. Now, I know you're thinking that's an extremely original name, and I agree with you, but let's talk about what packs these wheels full of all the goodness that you know you can come to expect from us. And again, it wouldn't be a Konig wheel if we weren't trying to bring the performance aspect of what we do and the technology that we have into the truck series. And what we're doing here is every single wheel that's in the HyperTrail series is flow formed. So you're getting the extra strength from the flow forming process, and you're also getting a little bit of a weight reduction, especially comparative to some of these trucks that are out there running these big heavy wheels. Now, why is that important for you? Because when you have a lighter wheel, you're gonna be able to try to increase that fuel mileage, especially if you go into a bigger wheel and tire package. You don't need the extra weight. So we're doing our best to get rid of that for you. We've made these wheels 2,500 pounds load rated, meaning that whatever you're gonna throw at any other truck wheel, you're gonna be able to throw at these. In addition to the load rating, we've also made sure that on every single HyperTrail wheel, you will have a knurled bead to be able to try to retain that tire, especially if you're in a situation where you're gonna be airing down. Now, we are understanding with the fact that these wheels will be used in a multitude of different vehicles, and because they are, we know that some people are going to have some different preferences. So it was important to us to be able to work in some of the design that would be able to allow you to be a little bit more versatile than we've seen before. And I know this is simple, but it's also pretty cool. We've come up with an integrated cap perch. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you were to take the center cap, the wheel still looks like it's finished and it doesn't look like you're missing your center cap. And that was important to us because we do understand that especially when you go off-road, there may be a tendency, especially if it's a plastic popping cap, that you want to take it out so that you don't have any damage to it. Or you want to make sure that you're able to hose down the wheel afterward or whatever you want to do. If you don't want to run the center cap, you're still going to look like the wheel is finished and not just missing something. Okay, now let's speak really quick about each one of these wheels, and we will have a more in-depth video that will cover each model individually. But for this point in the video, let's talk right here about the HT1. Now, the HT1 will come in 3 different finishes. It will come in a matte black, it will come as satin bronze, and it will also come in a gloss anthracite. So when it comes to my friend HT2 over here, we're going to have this wheel available in 3 finishes as well. It's going to be available in matte gray, satin bronze, and it's also going to be available in matte black. So with these finishes across the HyperTrail series, it doesn't matter what your intent is for your vehicle. For the most part, we're going to have a finish that's going to line up with your taste. Now, both wheels, when we initially introduce them, are going to come in 2 different bolt patterns. I know you may be thinking, like, why just 2? But we're going to have a Focus in 501/27, which is going to obviously fit a lot of the Jeep platform, and then we're going to also have 601/39. Now, 601/39 has come to mean that it fits most of the modern day trucks that are on the road as it sits today. So this is where we're starting, and it doesn't mean that we won't be expanding the size offering as we go, but this is what you can expect on the day of release. So when it comes to the size offerings of both these wheels at inception, you're going to be able to find the information on our website, konigwheels.com. Just go ahead and click on the specs tab on each product page. However, we're going to basically be offering these in 17 and 18-inch diameter, and we'll be offering them in 17.8.5 for the 601/39, 17.9 for the 501/27, and when you get into 18-inch, we're going to be offering them in a 9-inch wide wheel. Now, a lot of this is based off of the fitment that we know is going to fit best with most of the common tires that you're going to upgrade for most of the vehicles. So keep in mind that it doesn't mean we won't introduce anything else, but this is where we're starting, and this is kind of where you will find these wheels as the day that they're released. So when it comes to offsets, most of these are going to be available from 0 all the way to -12. And again, different information will be available on our website. However, when it comes down to back spacing, we should have you covered anywhere from 6 inches to about 4.5 inches. Now there's a few other things before we let you go that we want to tell you about these wheels, and a lot of them have to do with some of the design work that we've done to be able to make these wheels a little bit more usable, especially if you're going to be taking them off-road. And that has to do with the actual design and cleanliness of the wheel. Remember that both these wheels, we've tried to make sure that there's ample space for you to be able to clean, especially if you're gonna be hosing out or doing a pressure washer to try to relieve any of the debris that you've accumulated from being off-road. In addition to that, we've also tried to shallow the PCD areas so that when you put in your lugs, you're not gonna have that problem where everything's gunked into the area and you can't really get it out or get the wheel properly clean without really struggling or taking everything apart. We've also done some other tricks that usually you can find in a lot of our performance wheels. Things like removing all the additional weight that may be in the back of the wheel that we just don't need. These deep cut cavity pockets in the back are a great place where we can reduce weight and it doesn't affect the strength of the wheel at all. These have all been FEA tested and physically. We know that these things are strong and they're ready to hit the trail or drive to work with you, no problem. As a car enthusiast and somebody that has been here for over 2 decades, it's really exciting for me to be able to help introduce these lines of wheels for trucks, Jeeps, and SUVs. We've brought all the technology and all of the reliability that you have come to expect from Konig into this line, and we know that it's going to be a perfect wheel for your truck, Jeep, or SUV. So if you're looking for more information on the HyperTrail series, make sure you head over to konigwheels.com, check it out. All the information is up there, and as we increase our offering, you will find it there as well. Take care of yourself. Catch you in the next one.